Manipulating. Mind experiment.
It's no sleep, baby.
Are we at it?
Down to the wire.
Nice. All right, folks, 1 second. It's Memorial Day.
We're just going to watch Knuckles while you guys watch us.
That's right. Let's see here. Should be.
I watched some of Knuckles. It was cute.
I got some Knuckles for you.
Oh. Knuckle deep.
Making a third one now of those.
They are,
movies?
yeah. With Jim Carrey's back again.
Wow.
I think he enjoys doing it.
He must, because that's the only thing he does anymore.
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of quit.
Doobie-doo. Are we on your screen, Shyla? Oh, good.
That's good.
that part's good.
I like to hear that.
How was your weekend?
Right out of the box with how was your weekend?
Mine was good.
1 second.
It was good.
Keep doing your thing.
It was
boys.
very good. Had a little baby shower.
You were showered with babies.
I was. And it was real nice. And you guys got me some stuff.
Yep.
That was very nice of you. I was surprised at the turnout.
It was a good time. There's a lot of people there for a very
notice.
last minute.
Yeah. And I've been distracted. And it was nice. We got a lot of stuff, a lot of diapers. My friend Emmett gave me a framed picture of himself.
I saw that.
For my daughter's room.
It's very, very thoughtful gift.
Yeah, which was pretty funny.
It's a good picture, too.
Yeah, someone also, it was not labeled, but I did get a nice big bag of male diapers. Diapers for men. Yeah. So that was pretty sweet.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
One for the baby, one for you.
Yep. Yeah.
All diapied up.
Yep. So that was nice. I'm currently wearing them, so I don't have to get up mid-podcast.
Yeah, podcast should be sponsored by
We should
adult
just wear diapers. Yeah. No more clothes. Only diapers.
Only diapers.
We probably would.
There we go.
Our new get only fans, only diapers.
No sleep, diaper cast.
Yeah.
All diapers all night long.
The old diaper cast.
Did you try unplugging it and plugging it back in? I did. Oh, well, then I'm out of ideas.
Well, this is wacky.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks. We got to remember we're live podcasting right now.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
It's Memorial Day. Did you have a good Memorial Day?
Man, I worked my ass off today.
Me too.
Hustling, cutting down. My friend Nate came over. We cut down a couple trees.
A lot of people were spending their Memorial Day
Yeah.
around here sawing trees into small chunks of trees.
I cut down my yew bush. I'm kind of violating the rules, I think, but since there was those big storms, all of the they're picking up all the
That's
debris
right.
for
This
free.
is the time.
Yeah.
The city's going to let everyone put all their
And I called
scraps
the
out.
number to check like how big the stuff has to be, and it basically they're like 10 feet long and 18 inches in diameter. So I was like, damn, they're not going to be able to fit my dick on there. Yeah, I wasn't planning it.
That was the maximum size?
10 feet with 18-inch diameter for free. That's fucking
pretty
crazy,
good.
dude.
That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
And there was been a couple trees in the front of a couple of nuisance trees growing in the front of my house for about
Nuisance trees,
18 years or so,
a.k.a. trees that should have got clipped
many years ago.
and then they
I
become mighty trees.
cut those down. I also trimmed my yew bush and I saw the old stone path that I used to have to mow over that I haven't seen in many years. My cats went outside and they're very confused about.
I know that bush is like straight up taken over your entire front yard.
Yeah, straight up.
Now
like
it's-
half of it. Yeah.
You'll actually have sunlight coming into that house now.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. And it actually went pretty fast doing all that stuff. But I think it kind of mucked up. I cleaned up my table that got shattered by the storm. A lot of glass.
Yeah.
I've never swept. I swept dirt today because I had to sweep up glass. That was a first.
You're sweeping the lawn?
Yeah. I'm sure if people saw me doing that, they wondered what the hell was going on.
I told you using a broom. Something's crazy.
Yeah.
But he's outside, so he doesn't know how to use it exactly.
Yeah. Told us he's using a broom on the yard. He's really trying.
Breaking the force.
Yep. Me and Tom Bombadil. Huh? How about that reference?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That wizard that gets bird shit. That's not Tom Bombadil. It's a different wizard. Radagast.
AJ knows.
AJ knows, of course.
I didn't get a lot of pussy for a while.
I don't know. I've heard stories.
If that's the qualifier, I should be the smartest man.
I've also been thinking about lately, like, I used to think I was pretty smart. In fact, I used to be pretty smart. I don't think I am anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
That time's passed you by.
Yeah. I'm just like today, like trying to think of people's names. It's slower.
It doesn't get easier.
No, the neurons are firing less quickly.
And I always make myself, I won't give up until I think of them. I won't let myself look names up.
Yeah, that's a
you
good
have
way
to do this.
It's a good exercise. But today I was trying to think of, I was watching Daddy's Home before I got here.
Classic.
Pretty
Getting ready for being a
yeah,
father.
that's right. And the guy, his boss in that show, the dude from Wings,
What show is this?
from Daddy's Home,
Yeah, but
his boss.
oh, gotcha.
I called it a show, not a movie, which was confusing. But the dude, the mechanic from Wings,
Yeah.
you know, from
He was the Sandman?
wine movie. Yeah. And I was like, man, I know this dude's name and I cannot think of
Oh,
it.
what is that guy's
And I was trying
name?
so hard. And I was like, I know what the first name is, but I can't think of the rest of
I'd
it.
be willing to look that one up because I know I would never get
And then
that one.
I did end up looking it up because I could not think of his
What is it?
Thomas Hayden Church,
Ah.
Oscar winner for Sideways. No, Oscar nominee. Yeah.
I was thinking sideways.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name.
That's
yeah.
right.
And then he got to be Venom. Not Venom, Sandman. Mm-hmm. What a movie, Spider-Man 3.
That guy's, Thomas Hayden Church has done all right for himself.
Yeah, yes. He was in that
You know?
HBO show for a while with Sarah Jessica Parker called Divorced.
I watched a couple episodes.
I
of
did.
that,
It wasn't bad,
and,
but it got a
this
little.
is-
I watch about anything HBO puts out, although I haven't been watching the one with Robert Downey Jr.
The Sympathizer?
Yeah, The Sympathizer.
I haven't either. I've
I
heard
s-
it's good, but I just haven't.
I started it, and then I was under the influence, and I was like, this is too dense for me right now. And then I never picked it up again.
And you watch Daddy's Home.
Then I watched Daddy's Home, and I was like, this is just right for my no longer working brain. And I did. I thought it was funnier than the first time I saw it. I will be honest. It was making me laugh.
Wow. So you're admitting to it and everything.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
What AJ and I saw The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes last night.
did you?
Yeah, it was good. It was a banger, dude. And I am telling you, my friend, if that movie had come out, I'd say 25 years ago, even with CGI existing, you would have been like, well, I guess apes can talk now.
yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
We're finally hitting the level where the special effects
Dude,
are.
it's unbelievable. And there's like apes in water. Apes, they're glorious flowing locks of an orangutan.
Oh, man.
And you're like, damn, this is crazy. And then you also think about how hard it would be to be in that movie, to act like a monkey while wearing a gray suit and taking yourself seriously. Like a gray Lycra bodysuit.
I forgot
with
that they
dots
did
all
that
over
until
it.
I've seen clips of that online lately.
Yeah.
Online lately. It's not just CGI, it's a body capture suit
Yeah.
doing a performance.
Yes, and they do all the motions and everything. And I feel like if that would be That's impressive acting to me because that would be so embarrassing.
There's probably a guy that does all of that, right?
No, there's different actors for everybody, and they all do it.
But I mean, okay, but like across different movies, there's probably like the go-to motion capture animal dude.
Well, it was the.
So
it
if you
was
be a
Andy
Wolfman in
Serkis.
this, I can do it. Well, yeah, that's true. It was
Andy Serkis was Caesar for all three of those movies. Andy was King Kong and Gollum. You know what I'm saying?
He was the original motion capture.
That's
dude.
right. They weren't even, but originally Gollum was going to be 100% CGI. But after Peter Jackson saw Andy Serkis doing all the movements for it, he was like, you know what? We're going to strap a little suit on you and a face camera because you're good at this. I was like, neat. It's weird podcasting while AJ is trying to get stuff working. I just keep talking, blah, 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 blah.
You're doing great.
I saw a first for me, saw a Cybertruck out in the wild today. Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
this one roaming around Johnston.
I saw it in Ankeny.
Guy in his 60s, roughly.
Where?
There's a guy probably 60 years old.
No, this was a younger guy who had a beard.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I was like, who? And Sarah was like, man, I would be uncomfortable driving one of these because everyone would be staring at you. And I said, that's exactly why these guys are driving these.
Imagine the type of person that would buy a car strictly so people would stare at him.
Yeah, I would never.
Yeah, you would never.
I mean, I drive a Fiat, buddy. I would.
I have a friend of mine who bought one.
Bought a Cybertruck? How's he like it?
He hasn't gotten it yet.
Oh, still waiting.
Of course.
We gave him endless amount of shit.
Dude, the videos online, like that, the video, they show them testing the windows on it with the steel ball, throwing a steel ball at it. And then when they do the live presentation, they throw the steel ball at the window and it just shatters. I was like, oh man. I've seen them breaking down in car washes and all going through puddles. Like,
Just
man.
doing basic, like a little bit of
Yeah.
off-roading, and they get completely stuck and start falling apart.
Yeah. And they're supposed to be, you know, the toughest truck there is.
They're absolutely not.
No.
My Ford Maverick could drive right over the top of one of those.
Oh, baby.
My little baby Ford Maverick.
Yeah. I have to pull one out of a ditch with my Fiat.
That would be the
I would. You guys need some help?
Put a hitch onto it.
Yeah. Yeah.
put a stomper in front of the truck. And
Perfect.
So that was kind of interesting.
Did you see the new trailer for Beetlejuice?
I haven't
Beetlejuice?
watched it yet, actually. I saw it was out.
I got very excited.
And somebody posted, of course, Tim Burton went back to practical effects. And I was like, of course. Have you seen his last 8 movies?
It's not a Tim Burton movie.
It isn't? What? Well, he's produced.
Yeah, he's not
producing it.
directing it. So,
But yeah. But also, Tim Burton has used so much CGI in his last however many movies. I was like, that's not a good point.
he gave that shit up years ago.
Yeah. Oh. Son of a bitch.
No signal detected.
This seems it seems impossible.
It does.
Uh,
I'm gonna give it one more.
too bad AJ doesn't have a headset so we can get some running commentary. Have you watched any of Everybody's in LA yet, Alex?
I watched one.
That show, it was a real conundrum for me. Like, I enjoyed it, but I was also like, this show seems to be like it's bad on purpose because they run it as if no one has ever done a live show before. It's like every show used to be live. Like, this is how TV started.
Yeah, but they were streaming. They thought I don't know. They seemed very
And
making sure everyone knew it was live and
Yeah.
everything the whole time.
yes,
And so it made it
was a real
very,
experiment
like
from Netflix.
uneven, but
Yeah.
but that's fine with me.
That's what I enjoyed about
it. I like seeing something different.
But these sketches were just unbearably bad.
Surprisingly,
Like, I was
then
like,
but do you remember when Mulaney had his own sitcom? Remember when that happened?
yeah, I do.
Like
Yeah,
5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
9.
I
I remember watching that and just being dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm clearly missing the whole joke of what, like something has to be happening here because he's too good for this. Incorrect.
And when
It was
he
a
used-
horrendous show,
and he's one of
got
the
canceled immediately.
one of the better SNL hosts in the last several years.
Yeah, I don't know where the
Hilarious.
disconnect is.
Yeah.
I don't know. because
The head writer writing bad sketches. It doesn't make any sense.
real bad.
Yeah.
At least AJ doesn't have OCD.
No, this won't bother him forever. Yeah, he loves this.
You can't wait for this shit.
Oh my God, my whole family's watching right now. Wait till they hear my joke. Ellie wants us to cuddle on the couch. We can't, Ellie. AJ's busy. But Alex and I can touch toes.
Can they see but you can't see what you're doing?
No, we can't. That's okay.
We are live, but we can't see.
It seems to be copacetic, minus like this TV.
Yeah. How can it
Now
be?
we won't be trying to check ourselves out in the TV the whole time.
I forget.
I don't know how to podcast without doing that anymore.
It is weird, but I forget we're even on it half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though we're under all these lights.
I'm just going to say, fuck it.
Dude, AJ's stewing. I'm surprised there's not steam coming out of his ears right now.
No. We'll be right back.
Technical difficulties.
You started over? Nice. You ever hate your life so much? Is it on us now? Yeah. Nice. Whatever.
Memorial Day.
It's Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What the thing is.
Whatever's
not working.
happening over there's got gremlins, AJ.
Yes, we do have gremlins. I had such a cute little string of videos I was going to show later. I was going to bring up Alex's football pick so we could talk about that.
Oh, man.
But you guys did a heck of a job keeping us strong.
Blah,
there.
blah, blah.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is No Sleep, the podcast. I am 1/3 of your comedy trio, AJ Simmons. And frankly, I don't even want to tell a joke yet. So I'm going to pass it off to my boy.
Are you serious?
I didn't have time to prep.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
I played myself today, so.
All right. If my mom's really watching this, boy, oh boy. Never seen me do stand-up except once in a grade school gymnasium.
Good enough.
And they were like, you got 10 minutes. And then they said, no poop jokes. And I was like, I got 5 minutes. Yeah. Summer's here. You guys, it's Memorial Day weekend, kind of the unofficial start to the summer. Mm-hmm. Summer's here, so it's time to break out the grills, you know? People are wondering which is healthier, hamburgers or hot dogs. And I got to say, I think it's hot dogs, but I do shove them up my ass. So, hard to say. I'm not gaining a lot of weight from them. One more for you.
Thank
You guys heard about Bark Air?
No.
No.
Well, okay. Bark Air describes itself as the world's first air travel experience designed specifically for dogs first and their human companions second. It's $6,000 to go from New York City to L.A. and $8,000 to go from New York City to London. Upon hearing the news, an unhoused New York City resident said, "Can I please have some food?" 2 jokes.
Hey, I appreciate it. I'm falling apart.
I knew it. AJ, this is like an OCD nightmare
It is.
for AJ.
Be like I was just sitting here with no pants on. It'd be the same feeling.
The diaper cast is sounding better and better. No, it's just, it's one of those things.
Yeah, I understand.
It's tough because I had
I get it, too.
worked on all these other little things before, and I was
Yeah.
like, it's gonna be so good, so
Yeah.
perfect for my boys, my sweet
Yeah.
boys.
Your sweet, sweet boys.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
And here we are sitting over here, so disappointed in you.
I know.
That's all I can think about, to be honest.
I can hear all the voices in my head. You suck, AJ. We never want to podcast with you again.
That's just your head voices.
No,
That's
I
not
know.
our voices.
I'll get over it pretty quickly. I do want to talk about Planet of the Apes, so that's
Hell
going to
yeah.
take me out of the funk.
All right.
There you go.
You got any jokes, AC?
Oh, the great thing about getting your pilot's license is that now you know for sure how you're going to die.
Oh. I actually do have one joke. I'm powering in.
All right, here we go.
Swerving into the lane. You're gonna love this, folks. No way this will offend anyone. I've always had trouble making eye contact, being in social situations. Some people say it's a problem. You know, I think it is maybe. But I've ran into quite a few ladies that think it's super cute, which is probably why they call it autism. That's pretty good.
It's a cute joke.
I didn't write the setup, so I kind of had to run my way into it.
Yeah, I think you're autistic.
Thanks, buddy.
No problem.
Yeah, I got all this Asperger's, you know what I'm saying?
And I got the ass hot dog, so it works out.
Yeah. You know what? Today it reminds me a lot of this voicemail.
When the fuck is your open mic night?
Got it added to the board. That was something I did today.
Yeah, good
I was
job.
working hard. God damn. Nice.
One more time.
When the fuck is your open mic night? Goodbye.
I like that she said goodbye.
Yeah,
That's nice.
Very nice.
A nice little polite note on the end.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yes. Well,
I love that shirt.
thanks. I'm pretty sure Donnie gave this to me. Our old friend.
It sure looks like
Yes,
it.
it looks like Donnie
Townsend.
made it.
Yeah.
Don't smell comedy.
I'm going to get in trouble for wearing this shirt, probably. Should have worn my diaper.
You don't smell diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, your diaper always smells.
No offense.
Yeah. Speaking of, I got a lot of diapers at the baby shower that AJ so generously set up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the Carters they played a
Yes.
pivotal role
That's
in
true.
the decorations
Man,
department.
amazing. I got great friends. It's a good thing. I'm barely even going to have to touch this baby. You guys. I got so many good friends. I'm not going to have to do anything. Yeah.
These things kind of take care of themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. I've got
Just
about.
check in every once in a while.
Yeah. How you
Baby's
doing?
good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still know my name?
Yeah.
Tolverine. You still got it? All right.
You want a Zin? No,
Just
never mind.
Yeah. Just take a little puff off his vape.
Yeah. I'll have to get you a washed up dad.
Yeah.
That's what dads are supposed to be, really. You know?
Worthless.
Yeah, kind of like
Worthless.
shirtless, like we talked about before. Like, you know, they're your rock.
Yeah.
The rock doesn't have to look
bother
good.
Dad.
You know?
Don't bother Dad. Dad's had a long day.
He's doing karate in the garage again.
Dad's busy right now.
There's no garage. I'm just doing it in the front yard.
Yeah.
The little kids.
Yeah.
It's exciting though, man.
It is.
I'm getting excited for your
I got
baby.
I have so much yard work done today, and I got about 8 garbage bags full of crap in my front porch right now. And you guys wouldn't believe this. The coffee table, the crate,
Yeah.
cleared off. Nothing on it.
Man, I'm starting to get kind of upset. I feel like I should have gone over there a couple of weeks ago.
You aren't going to recognize
just
the place.
hung out for a little while before everything changed. to
Soaked in the smell.
new format.
Yeah.
We should have brought in VR cameras to like map the whole place.
Do a LiDAR scan of the room.
Yeah, exactly. So we knew where every little thing. Oh, that's where the bear head used to
Yeah.
be. Remember that?
Yeah. When I sent you guys that message about, like, you may be surprised by this, but there's a lot of garbage in my house. Buddy.
Big LOLs in the group chat.
Yeah. There is a lot of garbage in my house. I got a guy coming to cut down the tree this week.
The big monster tree in the
I got a
back.
guy coming to look at a hole in the ceiling. Shit's on track, baby.
I was at the Jimmy hole.
Yep. I'm going to miss it, baby. I'm going to miss it.
I forgot about the.
Because I think we were podcasting when it happened.
We were.
We
didn't
were.
know
That
what
was
going
live on the podcast
Yeah.
when the Jimmy hole happened.
We were like, what the fuck was that?
We heard like a crash.
And then knocked on the
a
door.
large crash.
Yeah.
We go, I knocked on his door. I go, you okay? Is everything all right in there? He goes, it's fine.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I'm stroking my dick. I'm horny as fuck. I'm a freak, man.
Don't come in.
Yeah. Didn't know about that for what it actually was for quite a while.
And what was it?
Part of the ceiling
There you
collapsed.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
In your old roommate's room.
Yep.
I can't believe you two actually separated
I know.
because it was essentially a domestic partnership.
Well, it is crazy.
Common law.
Yeah,
It
you
is-
guys were common law married.
I mean, I'm going to go from a 42-year-old dude that's never lived with anyone except another man that sometimes cleaned up after me to having a partner and 2 kids.
Shouldn't be that different.
It's going to be it's going to be a wild experiment, fellas.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's like a Ripley's Believe It
Yeah.
or Not episode.
I also think it's funny that all these people offering to help me out, they're like, sometimes I'm like, man, people don't acknowledge my probs. And then I got a baby come, and everybody's like, Toll, we can help you. We know you're an idiot. I'm like,
you legally have to let us help you.
like,
it doesn't feel right to leave you alone. With this.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, we're not going to let him kill this baby.
Well, and part of it, not to be sentimental, but is that, so many people love you, and this baby, Tolverine, Toll is in the name. It's
Yeah.
part you.
Yeah.
It's going to come out. This little lady is going to come out.
Yep.
That alone is bad, especially for your family, because you're the lone boy.
Yeah.
And you were like the weirdo 15 years later baby, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember exactly the difference between you and
12 years.
That's
Yep.
pretty long, though.
It's pretty long.
So the lone baby boy, and you finally made good.
Yeah.
It came through.
Yeah.
Yep.
The line continues.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a girl, so
That's true.
you can continue through the girls.
Yeah.
It's not
I
the
ain't worried about it.
1400s anymore.
I'm not worried about my line anyway.
That's what you've really been worried about all this time.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
The lineage.
Yes.
I did say, I've
Only
been saying
except
all these
there's
years.
like a million McGrains out there as well.
There is a shitload.
You come
of
from
them.
a large tree.
In fact, yeah, I need to cut this line off.
You need to call a guy for that tree as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. Seems like you're wearing it okay, though.
Yeah, man.
You've had some tougher days, but
I'm
I think that shower cleared your head a little, where you're you realize just how many people had your back. You got an army behind you.
I did. And my buddy Nate came over and helped me out today, and things are really happening. And
I think he was at that very baby shower.
he was indeed.
Because I remember I leaned over to Toll and I was like, who the fuck is at that table over there? And he was like, oh, it's Nate. And then beep, boop, bing, bong. We were talking. Turns out that's the guy who met the parrot that got fed Surge at Earl May. And I was like, wow, you guys go way back.
We do go way back. I was the best man at his wedding.
Goddamn.
Yes, sirree, Bob.
Didn't you say something else
I can't
about
believe
that
you guys
lady?
have never met each other before.
Yeah. I think now, looking back, we are Facebook friends. So shout out to my boy Nate.
Oh, there you go.
We're going to connect after this.
Yeah.
But wasn't there something to do with the lady that was there and Earl May? Or something?
Yeah, his wife.
Yeah, what was the story?
Is that when we all worked together at Earl May, she started. She was a young, attractive woman, and we're all like,
A young ingenue.
yeah, we were all like,
Earl
oh my
May.
God, a girl's working at Earl May. We were all excited. We're like, we're in our teens,
Oh, yeah.
and we're clocking out. I go, oh my gosh. I go, Albright. I said, oh, because we're like, who's going to talk to her first?
Right.
I was like,
Who's going to
Albright.
lay the pipe?
Yeah, no, I wasn't saying that. I was like, yeah, Albright, that's my mom's maiden name. She goes, yeah, Toll, we're cousins. And I was like, see you later.
If anybody tells you anything that we talked about, I wasn't in that conversation. I laughed very hard when he told me that.
Yeah, I told that at their wedding.
Oh, I bet it killed.
It did.
Yeah.
That was my first wedding speech after becoming a comedian.
Oh.
Because the wedding speech is how I started. I was like, it's time to do this. And that was it. There was a pre-comedy wedding speech and a post-comedy wedding speech.
Oh, there was a rewrite.
No. I had been a best man in another wedding before I did
okay.
stand-up, and I did pretty well at that. And I'd always wanted to do stand-up. And then I started doing stand-up. And then the next wedding, I was a comedian a couple years later.
How much of that first wedding speech do you think led to that stand-up?
A lot.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. I was so, except I spent 90% of the wedding and pre-speech just telling everyone how fucking nervous I was and getting shit-faced.
That's kind of a toll.
Yeah.
That's kind of prerequisite for the comedy back then.
Yep.
You know,
Like,
throw
I still tell
some
people how
logs on the
nervous I
fire.
am.
Yeah, as I was saying, you still do it.
Yeah.
The nervous part, at least.
Yeah. Nervous every single time.
Do you remember what you said at that? I mean,
At Nate's wedding, I told the story
any classic lines
about, I said they were going to have giant, good-looking, redheaded kids, which happened.
Nice.
I said that I told the story about throwing up in his car.
Oh yeah, because he's that guy too.
Yeah.
The seatbelt throw up guy.
Yeah.
Where every time you'd pull the seatbelt out, it would smell like Toll's throw up.
Yeah.
For like the rest of the time.
The rest of the time you had the car. Anytime it was over like 70 degrees.
When I saw him, I was like, "This is like meeting a celebrity." In my life. I'm like, I've heard so much about you.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to him. About it.
That car throw up story, man. Because I remember we waited so long to get through that line at Hardee's. And then we were pulling, and I remember they looked back, and he goes, "Where's your food?" And I was like, "I ate it." They're like, "Oh my God." They couldn't believe I had eaten it already. And then
they really could.
there was 3 of us in the back seat.
Then they were scared.
And then I was like, "You got to pull over." He's like, "I can't." I was like, "You got to pull over right now." And he had child safety windows. And I rolled it down, and I couldn't get my head out the window, and I just went all over the headrest. A huge pile. There were whole pieces of bacon in it and stuff. And there were whole Butterfinger BBs and shit in there. And I remember Jimmy, not my roommate then, but who became my roommate. I thought he was going to just fly out of the car. He was sitting right next to me. I thought he was going to fucking jump out. And they were like, "Ah!" And then I took my clothes off, I think, and I gave Nate $20.
Even.
I was like, "Here's $20 for your trouble." And then from that point on, every time he pulled out that seat belt, it smelled.
You just eat all
vomit.
that food like a dog, just like gawk, gawk, gawk.
I mean, yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty much.
The whole pieces of bacon is the best part.
Yeah, I'm sure he had to ladle that shit out of
Didn't
there.
even
I don't
taste
know
it.
how he did it.
Ladle
He had to get a shovel.
When you know it was like a dog where it goes, they could sort of like bite and inhale
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I could have won some eating competitions that night.
I wish that story was my alarm clock every day. Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, what a G he is for
He is
sticking
the
by
best.
you after that. $20 is not enough.
No, it wasn't. I think I helped him clean it out later.
Yeah, I hope so.
But not, I mean, I wasn't much good that evening.
Clearly not.
And yeah.
Indisposed.
And I don't think that he finally traded up because that was, I think, that was a gray, some kind of G. I think it was a Buick or something. And then he got a Nissan Maxima, four-door sports
You're
car.
not allowed in it.
I was.
No Hardee's for you.
Yeah.
Toll ate a Monte Cristo and lightning speed.
It was a monster burger, buddy.
yeah.
I'm sure it was.
Those were so good.
Woo. Some of those stories just never get old for me.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I hear them.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. But it was amazing to see him in person. It really was like meeting Hulk Hogan or something.
Yeah.
Because you worked. So this was high school that you guys were working on. I mean, that's a long.
We
friendship.
started. He would have been. I don't know if I started my freshman year or but he was a grade above me. He went to Roosevelt and I went to Dowling. And we could have
Tale of two
he's asked to
cities.
be on the podcast. We could have him on talk about
Oh,
to
he
see
was
what the other
probably
side of
should.
these
I would love to
stories
hear
are.
his side.
Let's bring in the victim of Toll's many crimes.
Yes. And then we arrest Toll, catch a predator style at the end.
Sit down there, Toll.
Yeah.
Oh, why'd you bring the Hardee's with you?
Yeah.
Wait, what's happening?
Hardee's and Smirnoff Ice. Interesting. An Xbox.
Yeah.
Butterfinger BBs.
Ooh, I loved Butterfinger BBs too.
The
That's
BBs don't
ultimate
exist
insult.
anymore, do
I know,
they?
you can't find them.
That was back in the day of Butterfinger BBs and 3D Doritos. Man, I fucking loved. They brought back 3D Doritos, but they made them new crappy flavors.
They weren't correct.
Yeah, they weren't the same.
They did not come correct.
They did not. I do. Those were freaking awesome.
Well, it seems like Nate turned out all right.
He did.
Despite all of that.
He's a
Despite you pulling him down for
family
years.
man. Yes.
Like an albatross around his, Hardy's albatross around his neck.
Yep. He's keeping me up. Yeah, it's true.
No. A good man.
Yes.
A good man, that Nate.
He listens to the podcast too. He's going to feel embarrassed or excited.
We'll get him. I think we'll get him on one of these.
Yeah,
We need to hear the other side of the story.
Yes.
Couldn't even
He
look
probably
him up.
has other stories that I.
Oh, I
don't
bet he does.
have. Yeah.
I'm willing to guarantee.
There may be a few that you don't remember.
There may be a few.
Maybe a couple.
Yeah.
Just a couple.
For those of you that follow us on social media, which you all should, No Sleep DSM on basically every platform there is. Except Twitter and a lot of them, really. But really,
So not every platform. So 3 platforms.
The good one.
Yeah.
You figure it out.
3, including the one you're watching right now. You know what I mean? But we posted a lovely photo of Alex. I've been doing some Facebook sleuthing because I did some for the baby shower, which led me to finding a picture of Alex, which I think he posted himself, so it wasn't too much sleuthing. But I had to dig deep.
Yeah.
It was down there.
Yeah. And so, what was it? Middle linebacker, Alex Carter?
I saw you.
I was, so it was 2-way football, so I played guard and middle linebacker.
God damn.
Wow.
Never left the field.
What year was that photo? Everyone should look at
That was
it,
my
by the way.
senior year. So that's 31 years ago right there. That photo was
damn.
taken.
What'd you
young
think
man.
when you saw that today? When
I was like, oh yes, how the mighty have fallen. Damn.
I don't think that.
you could still see the Alex in there, you know?
I'm in there. That's
I think you might be more handsome
I know how much
today.
I weighed only because right after we took photos, we had to go do weigh-ins for the official.
Like the stat sheet.
Yeah, for the stat sheet, and teams would use that to scout. So, I mean, I was 6'3", 185.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's not good enough. So I drank myself water to 195.
Jesus.
And we're sitting through all these meetings.
So you drank like a gallon and a half of water?
I drank 10 pounds of water. I'm like, I think I've really made a big mistake here. Like, I think my guts are going to explode. And they're like talking through all like, man, this is when practice are. Yeah, this and that, blah, blah. I'm just like sweating. Just like, I'm not going to pee my pants. I'm going to explode.
Maybe.
I wasn't afraid of peeing my pants. I was afraid of like my bladder exploding.
Yeah.
I'm finally like, all right, we're going to go do weigh-ins. I was like a pregnant lady. It's like,
What's wrong with Carter?
what? I weigh almost 200 pounds. I'm huge. I'll be right back. Peed off
man.
10 pounds.
Yeah.
That
Frick
is
shit
crazy,
house.
dude.
Yeah.
Like that dude that died on that holding your pee contest.
Oh, yeah.
On that.
Was it on
they
the
were doing
radio?
The car giveaway. Yeah.
To win the Hyundai Sonata or whatever.
Yep.
It's not worth dying for.
No. They don't do those anymore.
When I saw that photo of you, despite it being very handsome, I wondered to myself, does Alex have like a most memorable play, that like heroic? Because you were the football captain, as we all recall.
It's true.
But did you have like a Rudy-esque moment?
Well, I had a couple of interceptions. That was cool. But the one I had as a guard, which is one of the more boring positions on the football team, right next to the center on the offensive line. This is my junior year, and I started my junior year. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. And it was like the homecoming game. We'd marched down the field. We're almost out of time. We're like at the goal line, and our coach comes out, who is very old school, we shall say, was screaming at us. He's like, where's we run the fucking ball? I go, run it right over me. It's gonna be a touchdown. I was like, all right, Carter. He punches me in the face, and the other, let's go. So my friend, who's a running back, ran I busted open, touchdown. We won homecoming.
That's amazing.
God damn.
Yeah, that's probably other than that, it was.
You said your friend ran the ball?
Yeah.
No. So
Yeah, he's running back.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have the exact opposite story. They let me start one game my
let you.
sophomore year. No, I started some, but this was when I was a sophomore, and our season was over, I think. And I started against a team that we're supposed to blow out of the water. First play of the game, I get blown off my fucking ass, and they run it for a touchdown. And they were like, I thought the coach's head was going to explode. They just ran me over, and I was like, oops.
Didn't quite have my feet set on that one.
Yeah.
Tall shoes are still there. He's on the ground.
Yeah, I had some heroic moments too, but that one sticks out.
You were a big boy.
I was
Weren't you
a big
back?
boy, yeah.
What were your stats back then? Do you remember?
I would have been 6'1". I think they listed me at 205.
God damn.
Yeah,
Cool.
thick neck fella.
Yeah, we've seen. You were a thick neck boy.
Yeah,
God, I had some football pictures. of
you
all of us.
too. Your old picture.
Yeah, I had a football picture of me. I was going to bring up. That's why I'm
AJ's
so
fucking
mad.
neck. Yeah, I was like, Jesus, man, what's going on? Back those old school, high school boy necks.
Oh yeah, football neck. That's when you like
Yeah,
having to hold the helmet and run around and.
Well, we've talked about testosterone a lot recently, but that was, the full diesel shit that
Yeah.
we were running on back then.
yeah.
Oh, yes.
coursing through your veins.
Yeah, well, because
Yeah.
me and a lot of the other guys that played sports, they had a thing called peak performance, which is
Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
which is basically like PE, but you get to lift weights, is what it is.
Yeah.
So if you play sports, you can do that. So we would do quite a bit of that stuff.
Did that just start working?
No, that's my computer.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I just, in case we wanted to look something up later.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I apologize.
Oh, I thought your peak performance was like a substance that you were putting.
Oh,
it was
okay.
like
That's what I was
Like
thinking.
yeah,
creatine.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It was like
Yeah.
a class. It was like a PE class. You could do it in lieu of PE.
And
could
if
lift
you played
weights.
football at Dowling, if our football coach was the PE teacher, you could just basically not go to PE.
Nice.
They didn't seem to care at all.
In junior high football, we were undefeated.
Wow.
And we had to play our big rival, South Hamilton. And they were, I think, undefeated at the time, too. This was 8th grade. And so we were like maybe 7. And it was towards the end. We had a big head of steam behind us. And apparently a bunch of my teammates took a bunch of Vivarin before the game. Vivarin.
No,
Yeah.
I've never
Caffeine
heard-
pills.
It was caffeine
Yeah.
pills. Like back in the 90s, there was no crazy Adderall or any of that shit didn't even exist yet.
Right.
So a bunch of players got all jacked up on Viagra and we just beat the hell out of them. And then the teachers found out after. It was a big scandal.
Ooh.
I was clean though. I was all natural.
Right. all natty.
It's like that Saved by the Bell when Kelly's taking diet pills.
Exactly. They still sell Viagra. You can probably get it Viagra in a Get and Go, I bet.
I don't know. I bet you could.
I'll have to
It's
check.
pretty. I mean, that's light compared to even a Red
I mean, a
Bull,
Monster.
dude.
It's like it's like drinking a Monster,
Yeah.
basically.
But when you're a kid, that shit's wild.
Yeah, there was no energy. There was just Mountain Dew had the most caffeine. That was it. They had Buzz.
I just
for a
found out
while,
recently that in England, Mountain Dew they have to count it as an energy drink because it has so much caffeine.
but- Does it really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it really. I mean,
I saw a little video where it was comparing Fanta between the two countries, where ours looked basically like orange piss. And then theirs looked almost like Sunny D, where it's like their Fanta is healthier. Like they're not allowed to use as much corn syrup
yeah,
and
that
things like
makes
that
sense.
in their sodas.
Yeah.
Or it has to be an energy drink, or they have to, yeah.
yeah, we're getting
Yeah.
like nuclear runoff and put
yeah.
ours, make it nice and bright orange.
Have you seen the Crisco song that's going around on Reels and TikTok
I have not.
about cottonseed oil? It's like an AI song, but it's all about how much, like pre-Crisco, they didn't really use oil for like you would have used like butter. You wouldn't. I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know. It's a song on TikTok, so
Must be accurate.
yeah.
I've never even heard of cottonseed oil.
I think that's apparently what Crisco is.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess I
Yeah.
don't know.
which I did not know until I heard this song.
And I suppose it's probably terrible for you.
Yeah, I would assume so.
You betcha.
Crisco, terrible.
Great for fried chicken.
Yeah.
Well, it's great for a lot. I mean, and
makes
a lot of cooking.
Grease up an engine.
Better than butter.
That's what it was used for originally.
Really?
That's what they were using it as an engine lubricant, and somebody was like, "Can we?"
Someone's
cook with
bread
this?
fell on and they're like, "Wait a minute,
Yeah, fell on.
not bad. I can't afford
Fell
butter."
on the engine.
Yeah.
Got some grease on it, and then got
Toasted.
toasted. And they were
Yeah.
like, "What the hell?"
Some smells delicious. Yeah, my mom talks about being in 70s and 80s, and they would tan with Crisco.
Good God.
Oh, yeah.
Grease up with it, I guess to attract, probably lots of different things, but sunlight, I guess, in certain ways.
I remember my
oil.
Oh yeah, in the
putting oil
in the
on.
70s there was no SPF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You literally put Crisco or baby oil on yourself
Yeah.
and went outside,
Yeah.
or iodine as well.
Yeah. To cook.
Iodine.
Just destroy your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Catch all them rays.
So you can look like a nice leathery construction worker once
That's
you hit
right.
your 40s.
Look like a
That was Dave's
rotisserie
problem
chicken.
all along.
Yeah.
Yep.
David grease up and go down to the pool.
Yep. Look where it got him.
Gonna go catch him some kids. Sorry. Dave.
Cannonball. I remember one time my younger brother reminded me of this story. We were at a pool in North Carolina, and a young fella who may or may not have had certain mental challenges in his life was wearing a life jacket, but no one gave him the heads up that if you jump off a diving board wearing a life jacket, it's going to not let you go underwater.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
going to be like hitting cement.
Oh, boy.
And he did not love it, but it was fucking hilarious. I mean, the lifeguards were falling out of their
Yeah.
chairs.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things where I don't think it really hurt the guy.
Yeah,
it was just
exactly.
more, you couldn't,
Yeah.
like a bobber, you can't
Yeah.
really go down.
In Boone, was there a city pool?
Yeah, we had a Boone municipal.
You guys have a city pool, Dave, up there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We had one Story City. It opened at noon and closed at 5, and that's where I was every day of the summer from noon till 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the pool.
Ride your bikes over with your
Ride your bikes, bring 75 cents, you get yourself some licorice, maybe a Pepsi.
Yeah. I came from a town with multiple pools.
I didn't ask you, big city boy.
city slicker.
That's right.
Got your ass.
You really had your pick of the litter.
Yep, I did.
What was the best pool in town?
Ooh, that's a good. It depended on.
This is
On
back
what
before
you
they were.
wanted to do.
Everything's a splash pad now.
Yeah,
Depending on what kind of trouble you were looking to get into.
but you go to Ashworth.
What was the bad pool?
Yeah.
'Cause that was
If
one
you're looking
down
for a fight.
by the Science Center. You'd go there for the high dive.
Oh.
And then the one near us was Northwest Pool, and that was just like a pool. There was one diving board, taller one, and the shorter one. Maybe there were two. I don't know. And then the troublesome pools. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it was pre-water slides at all pools.
The troublesome ones are the ones that Toll was at.
That's
you know what
right,
I'm saying?
buddy.
What kind of pool kid were you?
Oh, and then there
were you a
was-
t-shirt in the pool kind of guy?
No. Dude, I started
Chin
swimming.
beard in the pool kind of guy?
I started swimming competitively when I was 8.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Swimmer's body.
Or 6 or whatever. Yeah, which is kind of crazy to think about. Oh, and there was Camp Dodge, which was huge.
big
I think
pool.
They used to use it to test roll tanks through or some shit. That's because it
It
was
was a huge Olympic pool.
yeah, it was 50 yards long.
Wow.
Or 100 or something. It was huge.
Ronald Reagan was a lifeguard there. They bragged about for
Oh
years.
yeah, and was old as hell. Yeah.
He was old as hell when he was a lifeguard?
Yeah, it was after his presidency.
Yeah.
He retired and became a lifeguard.
All right.
That is crazy.
Just the pool itself was old as hell, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I was from the
humongous.
40s and an enormous,
Yeah.
full length pool.
Yeah.
They dropped
Camp
an atom
Dodge.
bomb in
And
this
they
pool.
had
Yeah.
they had
That's where the Manhattan Project was from.
a thing in the middle. What would you call that? It wasn't a
A
raft.
thing in the middle.
Like a
a dock.
yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's out in the middle, I don't think it's called a dock. I don't know.
Like a floating.
This is what I'm talking about. Can't think of words. We'll say dock.
Yeah, it's hard to know if there is a different word for it.
Yeah. It wasn't floating. It was it was
Stationary,
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
And
station.
you had to swim out to it.
That's where Ronald Reagan's at.
Yep. That's what
As
all
an
that
old man.
action was.
Age 87. Dementia like crazy.
Do you come from a long line of swimmers, the McGrains? Are the Irish known for their swimming prowess?
All my sisters swam. We were kind of, and I was essentially made to swim. Where
Small of butt, long of leg.
yes,
Wide shoulder.
yes, that's my Indian name.
Yes. Swim fast.
Yeah, and then swam for a long time, and then quit in high school because it competed with football.
As you became a larger man, do you think it helped you on the swimming side? Were you more like a torpedo?
I mean, I was shaped the way they want a swimmer to be shaped.
Too much hair, though.
I was pretty
A lot of
hairy.
drag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty
like a
hairy.
grizzly
And I wasn't
bear in a
gonna
pool.
shave down. And I was kind of fat too, which is kind of fucking crazy to think about. All the
But-
swimming and
There was a lot of swimmers in Boone as well. I don't know if they were necessarily that great at it, but some of them were pretty big guys, and they were good at it.
Yeah.
You know, they had a certain agility to them.
I could show you. I got a bunch of blue ribbons. Most of them are from relays with other people, but yeah, I wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at swimming.
A little swimming.
Yeah,
I always liked when you see a Band-Aid float in the swimming pool, you know.
chomp it up.
Oh, God.
Wear it as a mustache. Yeah. Thinking back to being young in the pool and knowing what me and my friends were up to, and then being in it, I'm like, I don't know if I'd go in a public pool anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, I probably would.
All those little boys keep swimming over the water vents for some reason.
Yeah.
I remember getting in a lot of trouble at the pool of several different occasions.
Well, I was talking to a friend earlier just for a little while about coming of age, sort of sexual awakening. I feel like the pool is that personified.
Yeah, you're like, I'm staying in.
Yeah.
Like, you have to get out. I cannot.
Yeah.
Yes, you're going to have to give me a few minutes.
I know it's time for Adult Swim, but I am having a real emergency over here. And I don't know what to do about it.
Yes.
Got a bit of
But my friend's mom just walked by in a bikini, and now I'm stuck here for 10 minutes.
Yes.
And that is just
I
the
am
way it is.
staying in this
Yeah.
pool.
You're going to have to drown me. To get it.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I will go down with the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just
Yeah.
meant like, playing the sort of like horseplay type of stuff, and then
Yeah.
like everyone's slippery.
Yep.
I don't know, there's something about that.
I remember specifically going to Whitewater University.
Oh, boy.
And I think it was on
College educated.
It was on a swim team. Yeah, that's right. It was on a swim team. Like, they had the place closed except for just us there, and then the lifeguards and stuff. And I think our parents came, but so you didn't have to wait in line for anything. I remember going down one slide and getting to the bottom and swimming to the edge and having my eyes were closed. I was looking for the pole, and I find what I
you
think
found
was
it.
the pole, and I'm going hands up it all the way, and then I get out of the
That ain't
water,
no pole.
and I have my hands in the lifeguard's crotch, and I was like,
Pole was wrist deep.
yeah, and I was so embarrassed, but also I still remember it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Every once in a while on a warm summer night, I think back to that day in the pool.
Yes.
That warm,
Like-
slippery, soft
Yeah.
pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I could have died from embarrassment, but I genuinely, that was like an awakening for me.
Yeah. You
And
feel
why
stuff.
didn't she
You're
move?
like, I'll come out of the pool when the sun goes down. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
I'll be fine.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember me and my friends, just like you said, we'd all hop on our little mongoose bikes or whatever they might be, and
Yep.
pedal. Razor scooter if we have to.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how far it is, 8-9 miles.
No problem.
No problem. I remember doing that, like actually going from our house on Nature Road in the country on the other side of town in Boone, because the pool's in McCoe's Park in Boone. I mean,
Oh, yes. That's
probably
that's
5
right.
miles,
That's
but
right.
but we rode bikes that whole way, country road. Amazing we didn't get splattered on the highway.
Yeah.
First off,
Oh, yeah.
but then we get there, pockets full of change for Laffy Taffies and
Yeah.
frozen pink lemonade.
Yep.
And then, I mean, you're seeing girls sometimes in 2-piece swimsuits.
Yep. I remember.
Talk about
specific-
horny.
Yeah. Talk
I
about
know.
a bunch of little creeps in a pool.
Yeah.
They have no
State
idea what
Fair
they're doing.
horn
Yes.
dog.
I didn't even know what.
No,
I was
wasn't
like,
prepared for that.
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, I brought my Nerf ball. We're gonna play basketball
Yeah.
in the pool, and then all of a sudden
I'm
everything.
going to dunk on these
Yeah.
girls
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
Show them what I'm made of.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, the Wendy Peppercorn of the pool. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm willing
because it
to-
was the high school. There's always like a few high school students that would be lifeguards every year,
Yep.
and they were just like the stunning, hot, beautiful boys and girls that were just tanned out there all day because they knew how to swim good or whatever.
Yep.
Like, hey, what? I can swim good too.
Yeah.
Well, then
Okay.
they have tan lines, and I remember being like a young man, maybe like 6 years old, and seeing a grown woman's tan lines and being like, I don't know what.
You're like, that is something. That is really something. Huh.
Scientifically, I'm intrigued.
I
You
still,
know?
I remember.
Then, the flip side, the worst part of that is so you go, I don't know, I mean, most public pools, you pay or you show them your card. Then you go through the
Oh, I had a
bathrooms, the
pass.
locker rooms, and there's showers there. Sometimes there's adult butt-ass naked men in there, and you're like, well, I was not prepared to see that on my way into the pool. That was a whole different side of it.
His balls.
I remember
look
going
like
to
taffy.
swim at the Y sometimes, or they'd have like public swimming at the Urbandale pool, and the Y locker room. Oh my god,
It's a free for
like
all.
why
It's
is
a
every
free-for-ball.
old naked dude stand with their leg on something and
Yeah.
their dick just flopping around?
Why is the old guy air drying his asshole? You know what I mean? Like with the hand dryer, kinda spreading it open.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Right as you walk in.
I'm getting close to 50, and if I were to go to a YMCA at this point, I would be toweled up at all times.
Yes.
I don't know if maybe 5 years from now I'll feel completely different. I guess that's what happens because you go to some of these locker rooms and dudes are just. I mean, they're dragging their balls behind them across the floor because they're like 70 years old.
Yeah.
And you're like, can you just? You don't have to do that.
I think our generation. I don't know when the
but I
cutoff
do.
was. Yeah, but we're more modest.
we are.
I think.
Well, because a lot of these guys are probably ex-military guys, because
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
was back
Right.
then. And so they've seen friends die at that
right.
point. Because my dad is a little that way. I remember, like at the Y and stuff, he had made no bones. I mean,
Yeah, that
I
is
guess maybe
true.
one bone about being because once you go through basic and stuff like that, you
lose all
yeah,
inhibition for any of that.
your modesty is not preserved.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to see your balls.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter, like big, small, misshapen, in between.
Toll loved them all.
Total loved them all. There's a place in his heart for each and every one.
Yeah.
And some nights I think back to those days.
All I do remember a kid, playing freaking bass with his dangus in high school. And I was like, well, I don't think I can do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, Jesus, dude.
That's old Timmy Long Penis there.
Yes.
Now he plays for Fish.
Yeah.
Just played at the Sphere.
Yeah.
Well, and it's such I feel like this word is overused these days, but visceral, because even like the smell of the chlorine, like everything is so impactful in your mind.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
sense memory of the pool is crazy. Because if it's not the chlorine smell, you're getting sunburnt so bad your hair falls out or something.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Everybody's
the cold,
blonde for the
icy-
summer.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Chlorine and
Yeah.
sunlight.
Absolutely.
everyone's tan.
all bleached out.
Yeah. There is something.
Melanoma
It is
just
funny,
cooking.
dude, because like I don't even feel like you're talking about riding your bike to the pool 5 miles.
Yeah.
How often do you see kids on their bikes anymore, like alone? That's how we got everywhere. Like I literally, that was the mode of transportation to go anywhere. And now I feel like I rarely see kids out on their own in like little bike gangs of friends.
Yeah, I mean, we would be a little gang. 'Cause
Yeah.
even up until we preschool permit, probably would have been the last summer of that. But like summer of 8th grade, I remember us all like riding to get picked up by the bus for detasseling, and then riding our bikes from detasseling, because you'd get done at like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Just the tasseling.
Then shut the pool down like the club or something. you
Right.
know?
How much were you getting paid to detassel?
Good money back then. I think you started out at like $10 an hour, which back in those days.
Yeah, but back when it was $10 an hour back then. That was
Yeah.
unheard of.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
That was twice what a lot of kids at their jobs are getting.
Everything else
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah.
Well, and it seemed to be like you could just work full-time hours at that point or something.
Yeah.
Like I think they just didn't give a shit, because we were working every day for like 3
When I was
weeks.
in high school, I worked during the summer. I worked full time at Earl May. I mean, I worked 40 hours a week, damn near.
Somebody's got to feed that parrot service.
That's right. I was giving them excellent service.
This one's to you, Bailey.
I used to chop onions in half. There were rafters in the back room, and there like nobody ever went up there. So I would chop the seed onions in half and toss one up there like on a daily basis. So there'd just be like probably 100 rotted onions.
Oh, I thought you were going to say then like a couple months later, there's like an overabundance of onions growing out of it.
No, it just stunk. It was
Perfect.
fun.
You just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
we
being a young
never
man.
paid for pop because you could just tip the pop machine over, put one leg on the wall and tip the pop machine. And they go,
Embezzled thousands.
yeah. The statute of limitations is run out. So no big deal.
Petty crimes at Earl
Oh,
May.
man. The thievery at Earl May.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, I mean, when you say about the bike gangs, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Me and my little friends riding around. We just like ride around in hopes of seeing other kids, you know?
Yeah.
Or like a girl we knew like outside somewhere just so we could spit some game real quick.
yeah.
That
Want
was
to
the
hang out
main-
with all three of us?
It was the main mode of transportation. You get it all. I mean, I grew up in a town small enough where, you know, within half an hour on my bike, I could be pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I think those Stand By Me days are kind of gone.
yeah, it seems to be that way. It's kind of a bummer. Childhood
Yeah.
is different these days.
Yeah, I feel like that is a little bit of a shame. I mean, there was definitely, in a bad way, Stand By Me shit that was going on. But,
That is true.
Yes, it's a double-edged sword.
People
for sure.
care.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like parents, the level of care given to children is higher now. Whether that's good or, I mean, I think it is mostly good.
Yeah, probably
But
because of
some of
social
it-
media. Because
yeah.
now you get, I mean, you're challenged views wise a lot more. Because I feel no matter what, everyone is spending a little bit of time reading the comments of stuff.
Yeah.
And if you do spend any time doing that, like you see a lot of different shit. Even if you're not fully taking it in, my favorite thing to do these days is watch people argue whether or not you should wash chicken. Because some people,
Jesus Christ.
because it's like a cultural thing a lot between people,
Yeah.
but people get very, very up in arms about it. And through this whole process, I have learned now that, yeah, like people that are coming from second and third world countries oftentimes have to because they're working with wet markets and things like
Yeah.
that, where like, or if you're
You get the
butchering at
stank
home,
off it, yeah.
yeah, like you're supposed to. But if you're living in first world countries, the USDA and things like that control so much of it. You can have issues with factory farming, like how they're raised, but when it comes to the packaging, cleaning, all
By
that
and large,
stuff,
you're getting a clean piece of meat.
yeah, you're not dealing with like shit particles on it and like bones still in it. Usually, when you do, it's like very rare.
It's
Like,
only with the hot dogs.
yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing there.
That's good eating though. But yeah, but you'll see stuff like that. So I think parenting maybe falls into some of that as well, where you know before that you raised your kids likely however you were raised and how your family raises kids.
Well, it used to be a lot of children should be seen and not heard. And then they'd be like, also not seen. Go outside. Don't come back till 5 o'clock.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone like blames kids, like, oh, kids these days are this and that. And sure, but who made the kids? Who's raising the kids?
Yeah.
streets.
Every generation comes from whatever the shit their parents went through. And like, I was raised by baby boomers, and baby boomers were like, beat it.
Yeah.
We can't deal with you because a lot of them had very hard lives because their parents were the greatest generation. They all World War II vets coming in and just sitting on the couch staring at the wall.
Yeah, shell shock.
Yeah. And so everyone, like, trauma works its way through, and now it's people are all up their kids' ass like you've never seen before because our parents actually did pay some attention.
Yeah.
Now we're
Yeah.
like, let's pay all the
They
attention to
did.
these kids.
But I think that was a better, maybe a healthier way to do it.
There's a happy medium
Yeah.
somewhere in between.
Yeah.
In between my childhood and the kids these days. I don't know. There should be like maybe we're not like not helicopter parenting, but also not completely like ignoring kids.
There's
Give
still
them a little freedom, keep an eye on them, but let them
Yeah.
do their thing. Not schedule every minute of their life.
Yeah, you can't like
and-
nerf the world from, because I think that's the positive part of the older style, like the style that we likely
some
all grew
life
up in.
experience, some
Yeah.
challenges.
I mean, like going out and
Yeah.
running into other kids, we'd run into like kids from Ogden or something.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
might-
shit.
There might be a scrap.
Yep.
Whatever, you know, or Yeah, I mean, you're out. You'd see bigger kids out and about, and then you'd start to be like, "Oh, they're smoking cigarettes. That's kind of cool." I think, or you didn't think it was cool. You know, all that stuff. It's you actually had to live it a little. You know?
In my school, there was an amorous high school couple that would after school take his pickup truck and go park by Main Street and just make out in his truck. They're probably like juniors in high school, but to us, they're like 30-year-olds.
Right.
So we call them the happy humpers because we said they were humping.
Right.
And we go and throw rocks at his truck and laugh at him, and then he would come flying out, and we got our bikes charge away. And this was like several times a week for years.
You think they'd go somewhere else?
It's a white pickup truck. I can see it in my mind's eye right now.
Well, part of it is he loved it too. You know.
Yeah. There was.
Hey, he's trying to get a swerve on, and a bunch of fourth graders are giving him shit. You know.
Right. But it, lights up his day. Because I remember those same guys. I used to hang out with some of them that we would go and do donuts in like the back lot of the school when it was snowy out, things like that. Where it's like you're either with those kids or the kids that did well in school.
Yeah.
I was with the ones in the back lot.
Yeah.
It's crazy times. I mean, I remember the first time I ever tried to make out with a girl was outside of
tried.
He
said tried.
Heavy on the tried.
Yes.
Because I remember a circle of my friends were around me, and it was like outside of the skating rink, Rolling Wheels in Ogden. Shout out, still rolling.
Still rolling. Still rolling after all these years.
I think it's still open too, so God bless. But that's where everyone would hang out, have birthday parties.
Oh, of
and
course.
I remember everyone was like, do it.
Damn. Making out for the first time under duress.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, and I buckled.
Oh, you did?
I went in for it.
I buckled.
But like, I remember her, bless her heart, she knew, I think she'd made out before. Her tongue went in, and I just went, nah, fam.
Yeah.
Just like backed out. Like I didn't know what to do. I panicked.
Yeah, I can see that.
Retreat.
Yes.
I didn't make out. I didn't do nothing pretty much. I mean, I like pecks on the mouth. And then, but until I was a fucking senior in high school, I didn't do jack shit.
Not even a make out?
No.
Damn.
Yeah. I was a handsome kid, too. My brain just didn't work.
You were probably, I mean, you're so shy.
I was so
your
shy,
brain
dude.
didn't-
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I was,
you
too.
were clinically shy as we discussed.
I still am.
Yes.
I mean, at that, like, the baby shower, I was walking through. I was like, be a person. I'm a person. Be
Bing
a person.
bong, bing bong.
Yeah, bing bong. You're a person. Be a person. Hello, other person. Yes, you are also a person.
I remember talking to Angela, Alex's betrothed, at the party, and I was like, I think this is the perfect amount for toll, like of people.
Yeah.
Where I was like, thank God it wasn't like an 80-person party. We had, if it was butts to nuts, I think it would have been too much.
Yeah.
But
And these are like my friends, and I'm still like, I'm awkward. What am I doing?
well, and you're
felt
kind of the
good.
bell of the ball a
Yeah.
little too.
Yeah.
Not Sarah.
Well, she had it. She wasn't walking around because she is awfully pregnant.
She did look pretty pregnant.
Yeah.
Checked out.
Yeah.
Everly stole the show.
She did.
Yeah. Everly was having a
She loves that place, which is hilarious because it's
a
like
little ramp to run up,
Yeah.
and little platforms.
A little spotlight with a microphone you can yell into.
Yep.
She'd go, ah!
Yeah.
into it.
Let's open presents. Yeah.
Yeah, that's better than like 45% of the open mic.
Yeah.
pretty
It
much.
gets a positive reaction every time.
At least she talked into the mic. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Good
Yep.
mic dynamics.
Yep.
She could have got some wires crossed yesterday. She could be an up and coming open micer here.
Oh, I wouldn't
Another
be
15
surprised.
years.
Fine by me.
Yeah, her stepdad's going to still be doing it. I'm sure. Locally in Des Moines.
Local open mic comedian.
Yeah.
She'll be pushing your wheelchair to the mics, and then she'll just go up too. You guys will be like a team comedy duo.
I'll have her talk for me.
Yeah.
I'll tug on her. She'll lean down and listen to my whisperings and then get back up and tell some dick jokes. It'll be perfect.
What, if you don't mind me asking, was the first make out the whole Disneyland trip?
Yeah. It
Right.
That was a big trip then.
was a big trip.
You kind of knocked it
I'm
all out
trying to
in
think
one.
if I ever.
That's it. That I mean,
No,
here we
I
are again.
Yeah.
This is how you move in life.
Yeah.
Wait, too long, and then everything all at once.
Yeah.
Instead of
Everything all
like
at once.
piecing it out over
Yeah,
time.
Yeah,
the
embarrass
normal
yourself
way.
in front of a skating rink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I did it.
Yeah.
But even then, it's funny because I know I seem, I don't know if precocious is the right word. Whatever. All my friends were like doing shit early.
Yeah.
You know, the bad kids sort of.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But even in my group, I felt like I was late, you know, because
Right.
the whole reason they were like that is because they had already done it. And they were like, we got to see AJ do it,
Yeah.
man. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
AJ don't know what he's doing, dog. And that was true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I felt like a loser, you know?
Yeah. My group of friends was all late. I mean, there was like only 4 of us anyway. So,
Yeah.
but then one kid got a girlfriend, and when we were sophomores, and started having sex regularly, and I was like, you know, what kind of sorcery is this? How can this be happening?
Does not compute.
Yeah.
How'd you do this?
Yeah. And thought he was going to marry that gal, and then the whole thing.
They always
Early 20s, it all fell apart horribly, as it does.
Yeah, there's not many because there was a few people who I went to high school with. A few people I went to high school with that married like senior year or soon right after.
Yeah.
And I don't think many of them stuck around.
Dude, yeah, at this very moment, I have 4 or 5 wedding invites magnets on my fridge
Through the years.
through the years, and every single one of them is divorced. Cha-cha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone, if you're older than, we'll say 35 or so, you have several koozies from failed marriages.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops. Here's a question for you though on that. This is a theory I'm cooking up on the fly. Let me cook. But it's
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
I wonder. I feel like some of that has to be attributed to the culture of allowing divorce to happen more often, right? Or like,
Yeah.
Well,
like my grandma
From
Well,
a
the culture,
social-
yeah,
probably would have
social
divorced
stigma.
my grandpa.
it would have
him
been
being who he was.
stigmatized
Yes.
horribly.
Yes.
Especially
But it's
'cause
so
everyone
much.
was
I mean,
religious.
staying in an awful marriage isn't better than getting divorced.
No,
Yeah,
but people tended to do that more.
Yeah,
They would
societally, it
stick
was
out.
very much
Yes.
frowned upon.
Yes.
Like they'd rather like wait
So,
till that
like,
person
yeah.
dies,
Yeah.
and then re-up.
Well, for instance, I mean, just right now, I would be married. Certainly, if it was like even 30 years ago, probably people like, you're not going to marry this girl that you
Yeah. Someone would have made an
impregnated?
honest man.
Yeah.
You have dishonored her.
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that. I mean, that probably plays a little bit of a factor, which I'm happy for. That people are more free to like just be like, this person I got to know as a sophomore in high school, not as cool as I thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I got a lot of family that gets married very young, and I'm like, you kids they'll probably do all right. I think they're the type of people that will do okay with it. But there's also the other
It's
thing
puppy
where
love. Like I saw your nephew, one of them. I won't name names,
Yeah.
but I mean, him and his girl were at this baby shower that we threw, and I was like, I remember being him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had the same thought. Like what? Like
You see it?
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, I can
Well, they just
remember.
couldn't keep their little hands off each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
was like, I get it though. When you're
yeah.
like about to graduate high school, you know, all these things. You're like,
never.
I fucking love this girl. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're very insecure. You know nothing about anything, but you have a white hot boner for this person.
Yes.
Like, it's never going away.
It's on the Richter
If I don't know anything, I know this will last forever.
Yeah.
Ooh, and those heartbreaks hit a little different back then.
I
too.
never had. I had one later,
Yeah.
but it fucking sucked. I'll tell you
right.
that. That's also, going through a lifetime of one failed relationship after another. You're kind of like, do I really want to fucking latch myself to somebody? I don't think I do. No offense, Sarah, but
Well, you did though.
No offense.
I did. Yeah, yeah. But like, it's kind of
Shiloh's
like,
cackling.
yeah, one failed, and each one is like, oh, I'm a little harder than I was after the previous one.
Yeah,
know?
it's kind of like a broken bone where
Yeah.
it's tough and kind of
Yeah, I got a relationship callus.
Oh, you sure do, buddy.
Yeah,
But it's all about finding the right person, which I believe Sarah is that person.
Cole's got a relationship bunion the size of.
Yeah.
the only real we've been in maybe 2 fights,
And they were
very stupid.
yes, right.
One of them, though,
I was gonna let you say it.
They were both over
One of them
CGI
was-
monkeys.
No, only one of them was. I was like, we watched the Jungle Book, the Jon Favreau CGI live action one. And I was like, I was basically like, how much did you love that movie?
On a scale of love to really love.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't like it. And I was like, get the fuck out of my house. Not exactly. Yeah. It was very dumb. And the other one, I said, we were going to go eat on a snowy day. And I said, well, you can come pick me up. I was like, her Jeep doesn't have 4-wheel drive. I was like, do not pull on the road. Don't pull on the road by my house. That's all you got to do. Come get me. I'll come meet you at your car. Don't pull on the road. So I'm walking over there to get in. She sees me, is like, and then pulls right onto the road. Got stuck, and I was like, this might be over. It was a sad.
I've given it a lot of thought.
Yeah, it was a sad little lunch because I got mad.
Yeah.
And everyone was uncomfortable.
I told you not to pull on the road.
Yeah.
As you're scooping out.
How's that chicken chow mein? Pretty good,
But
right?
I did manage. I went down the hill.
This is supposed to be a lovely day
Yeah.
at Panda Express, and you fucking blew it. That's all I got to say about it.
I went down the hill by my house. I managed to get enough momentum because we weren't getting back up that hill. I got enough momentum going down and speeding through the snow, through the stop sign, plowing out onto Hickman, and we made it. And then I felt bad for being a jerk.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Anyway, so the chicken lo mein, you think?
Yeah, we ate Mexican.
She's
that
bawling.
day. Yeah. She was not pleased. Yeah. Sorry I shared that, Sarah, if you care. She won't.
Not sorry about the Jungle Book, though.
No. that one's all me. I mean, that was just me being fucking stupid.
Hey, you love what you love.
Yeah. I just
You
couldn't-
love CGI monkey?
Yeah.
I fucking do.
You were torn between two loves.
Yeah.
It was a stressful moment
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
And fucking Christopher Walken plays the giant CGI monkey in that movie.
All right.
Come on now. Gigantopithecus. King Louis.
King Louis.
I know.
I was like, these photorealistic talking animals aren't doing it for you? What the hell is wrong with you?
You know what's not doing it for me? This relationship.
Speaking of talking monkeys, I guess we already talked about it, but AJ hasn't.
Well, we restarted the podcast.
Did we is the previous part gone?
No.
Oh, okay.
But we're going to hit it again.
Okay, all right.
So
Don't
I went on a
spoil
little date.
Don't spoil
Yeah.
it. No spoilers, please.
Okay. I think we can not spoil it.
Oh, yeah.
That's our specialty.
Yeah.
Not spoiling it.
Sure. I just spoiled
It was
my
great.
relationship.
The end.
But the
Spoiler
movie.
alert.
Yeah.
This is what I'll say that won't spoil it. We've come a long way since Dunstan checks in. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Yeah. That ain't wrong. That
ain't
was
wrong.
a real orangutan.
That was a real ass orangutan they had
Yeah.
there.
Was it?
Yeah.
No need for those anymore.
Yeah. It was a real orangutan, which is kind of rare because I feel like they would usually go chimp, but Dunstan checks in orangutan all day.
Yeah.
If I make a little side story here, on I think one of the latest Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend podcast, he had John C. Reilly on.
Yeah.
And he was talking about
Kong?
when he was on when he was on Dewey Cox and the part when he had the pet monkey.
Oh, yeah,
He was
yeah.
yelling at
The
pet
chimp.
monkey,
Yeah.
the chimp. And he's talking about how like he yelled at the chimp and the chimp got mad at him and like wouldn't come out and hang out with him.
Yeah.
So the orang was like, you have to go apologize. And so he did, and like is a whole thing about how like difficult it is to work with monkeys. And
Yeah.
he's like, now you just don't. They just do CGI
Yeah.
because they're so hard to handle.
Yeah.
Right.
So the day of having an actual monkey star in a movie is over now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they'll bite your face off.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, they allegedly they're pretty vicious if they don't like it. Like they'll rip your balls off.
Yeah, the guy like
Scratch
the
your
monkey
eyes
kept
out.
like showing its teeth to John C. Reilly. He's like, "Oh, it's happy, it's smiling
Yeah.
at me," and they're like, "It's about to bite you."
Yeah. Yes.
Well, and they say not to go Joe Rogan
get
here,
it.
but a chimp, I mean, is like 5 times the strength of
Yeah.
like a pretty strong guy.
If a chimp gets a good grip
Oh,
on you,
boy.
it's
Don't mind
over
me.
in the worst way
Yes.
possible.
The full Monty.
Oh, here we
over
go.
here.
It's like just
Soul's getting canceled.
some belly pain, no big deal.
Yeah.
Like a real man.
Because you're wearing a real belt. That's your problem.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're gonna have a reaction from the belt buckle.
I am. I've got another belt.
You need to
that
just have a rope around your pants like Nelson from The Simpsons. Jimbo. Sorry,
Yes.
Jimbo from The Simpsons.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
very dad-like of you, too. I could see you letting
Yeah,
out
it
the
is.
belt right before that Salisbury steak.
Yep.
Now put your hand in halfway in the style like Al Bundy. And you're all set. That's the dad move right
There
there.
you go.
Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Yeah, I mean, do you have any good spicy dad advice for this fella? Having raised two young, I mean, now they're not even young anymore.
They're not.
They both like graduated at this point.
I think the dichotomy of your kids being out of school and
Yeah,
mine not even existing yet.
I had kids on the front end. I had kids early, so I'm done with it. Well, I'm done with the thrust of it.
Right.
They're actual adults now.
Because I thought Ian Pope kind of gave good advice because he has quite a few children. As
Yes.
you know, he can't seem to stop having them.
He won't.
He loves them.
Yeah, he loves them. But he said there is no good advice, basically.
Yeah.
Not really. Just be ready 24/7.
That's right.
That's the best you can do.
Get a pair of night vision goggles and just watch that baby all night long.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to do. It'll be in the same room with us for probably a year or so.
I wondered how the layout was going to work there.
Yeah. Then roommates, I suppose. Literal roommates.
Yeah. Just don't touch the Blu-rays, all right?
Yeah.
Keep your paws off the Blu-ray collection. I'll have to get you a nice little curio cabinet for those.
Yeah, I will. I'm not. Oh, I can't. I got headphones on. What am I doing? Try to put my hat on with headphones. We veered away from Kingdom of the Planet of the
Oh,
Apes.
yes,
yeah.
I apologize.
Swing back
I
in.
apologize.
We're all over the place. It's Memorial Day, okay?
Yeah.
We're trying to have fun for once.
We're planning for the new Carter McGrain campaign 2024.
Yeah,
Coming back. We're going to reload the campaign.
That's right. Planet of the Apes. Yeah, some of the monkey hair in that, or ape hair, I should say, looks so good. I mean, you forget they're not real.
Yeah,
That's why, to go out on a limb,
Jesus Christ.
to go out on a vine here, I thought it was my favorite of the bunch of all four that have been of this new era. And I think a lot of it is to do with the fact that it is very ape centric.
it is.
There's not a lot of human. I mean, there is some human action, but
Yeah, it's going to be all apes in this one, right? Because the apes are...
it's the kingdom of them.
Right.
Yeah,
But I really, really liked it because the human kind of reminds me that they're not real, sort of.
I see.
You know?
Yeah, I got you.
But I remember leaning over to my arm candy for the night, Tom McGrain, and one straw. And the straw was coming out of my pants.
Like, this Diet Coke is awful.
Must be running out of syrup.
Oh, no. Plenty of syrup.
Just wait. But yeah, I remember leaning over to him afterwards and being like, I think this was my favorite one. I really think it was because it was so ape-centric. I was able to fall into this ape world.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where the CG was so good, like with the hair. I mean, it looked like a Garnier Fructis commercial. or
It
something.
really did at points.
Yeah, it was
that
amazing.
orangutan hair was flowing.
Yes.
And it might sound crazy that you're focusing on that so much, but it's not, because in movies in the past when they do like full animals and they try really
Yes.
hard, the fur would always be kind of fucked up. It just wouldn't quite lay or float right. It was clearly,
Yeah.
you know, you're like, oh, like, nice try. I get
Or
it.
the orangutan looks like Paul Giamatti because it's Paul Giamatti.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. In
Is that
makeup.
Paul Giamatti?
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah.
Paul Giamatti. All right. Well, it's really funny. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler. The orangutan does, in my opinion, look a lot like our friend Brandon Ream. So I enjoyed that. Like the hair kind of lays in a certain way. I remember I leaned over to him. I was like, it kind of looks like Ream.
Yeah. And I laughed like that in the theater.
It's and I thought they did a great job in this one of working in a little comedy as well.
Yeah.
There was some good.
There was a
comedic
little,
relief.
definitely more levity than the third movie.
Yeah, I mean,
which is
everyone
yeah.
I've loved all of them, and each one I've liked better than the last. So I would assume I'm not surprised to hear that.
I would say I was kind of surprised that I thought it was going to be a lot more popcorny, like kind of hokey. No, they still don't pull any.
Did Matt Reeves do this one too?
No, Wes Ball did this one. I don't know what else he's done.
Wes Ball, good name.
Yeah. I got my East Ball and I got my West Ball. But yeah, they still don't pull any 8 punches.
Not at all.
And the lush CGI environments. You generally, part of the fascination with the CGI too is that now you could, watching this movie, you go, I don't know what's real and what isn't real. That's how good CGI is now, where you're like, you see cityscapes covered in jungle and you're like,
That can't be real.
yeah, which part of this did they build? I have no fucking clue.
At least the Weta CGI is.
Yes.
Because now I'm like, I've been seeing so much about Furiosa from comedians and other people that I trust, who I think have good taste in media, things like that. A lot of them being either like neutral or like it's all right to kind of not liking it from the CG angle, at least. Saying the CG's
Dan Umpton loved it, but there's still, I have heard CG complaints, and I've heard both sides. I've heard that it sucks, and I've heard that it's fantastic.
The best review I saw was Lee Keeler said, the Mad Max,
Fury Road,
Van Halen.
Yep.
Furiosa, Van Hagar.
both still good.
I'm like, okay, that's
and
okay.
you know that this guy was like, so Furiosa
So I gotta
must
go
be
see
way
this.
better. yeah.
Alex loves some That's funny.
Yeah. That was a great, that was a really
I'm like,
excellent.
okay, like that tells me
way
all
to
I need
put
to
it.
know.
Well, I think our buddy Matt Jacobson, a good comedian, put it in a way that referring it to like the Looney Tunes wasteland, I think I'll have a hard time disliking it for that reason. It's like, I just like the universe, so it's going to be hard to make me hate it anyway.
And Dan said that Dementis, this fucking whack job that Chris Hemsworth is playing, is a straight up comedic villain.
Really?
Like all the shit he says is hilarious, even though he's doing awful shit. Like they're like, he's great and just hilarious.
Yeah, I would like to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a
I'm
field
excited.
trip.
And I would still say the third Apes movie is my favorite, but this one was very good.
I like the third one. I don't know. I like this one the best.
Hey, that's
But-
okay, buddy.
I will add the caveat that this is the only one I saw in theaters, which does
Right.
tend to juice a score a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Is this the last one?
No, they're starting like a new.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think this will
Please
be
keep
like the
making them.
Jurassic World
Yes.
kind of
Good, because they there's no the next one will be where they're like they do a bunch of like Taco Bell tie-ins and it turns terrible.
Yeah.
Joel Schumacher directs it. You're like, oh,
That's what I was worried about going into this one, and it doesn't have that at all.
Well, halfway through or so the movie, I was sitting there. I'd eaten roughly 15,000 calories at this point.
of course.
Tolkien can vouch. I had
can.
cheese curds to open up to eating.
Damn,
a
you had
cheeseburger.
cheese curds
Yeah,
too.
buddy, that's how you
Cheese
do
curds,
it.
then a cheeseburger with
Just
fries.
completely sedate yourself with food
Yeah.
for the movie.
I always do the steak and mushroom pizza. yeah.
And Toll got away without paying a check, which was
Yeah. Don't tell Flicks.
yeah. They just never came around.
Didn't
We were
drop
like,
it?
fuck it.
They
Yeah.
they ran my card and then never came back with a receipt, and my bank account has yet to ding. So I do not know.
cheap date.
Should have went nuts then.
Yeah, one time they forgot to bring my pizza when I saw Godzilla -1 with Matt Lamb. They forgot.
Was that the name of the movie?
Godzilla -1 with Matt Lamb?
I would love to.
It was at the porno theater. It was a furry movie. yeah.
Toll had one straw.
Yeah. It was just me watching Matt Lamb have sex with a furry.
No
And
pizza.
He didn't charge me. Yeah.
No pizza.
He's like, yeah, sorry, I forgot your pizza.
Yeah.
No, they forgot my pizza, and then I was like, I dinged them. I was like, you forgot my pizza, and then they brought it, and then they're like, we're not going to charge you for this. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
That's a stand-up business right there.
And the last time I was at a movie there, I saw The Fall Guy, and like credits were rolling, and I was like, I guess they didn't even run my card that time. And I was like, I guess I'm not paying for this. But last minute they came in, they're like, excuse me. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah. I was like, here you go. I wasn't planning on.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So
I was just beginning to twirl my mushroom. Steak and mushroom pizza.
Yes. Yeah.
But what I was going to say was 15,000 calories in, the brain was really starting to work, bing bong in just the right way. And I was like, I wonder what would happen if you sat down, like a Harvard level chimpanzee, a smart one, showed them this movie. I mean, they're probably like, holy shit balls.
That is true.
Because they would.
That's a great question.
Like, what would happen? Because presumably their brain and eyes are smart enough.
They know what they're looking at.
Yeah, they know what they're looking at.
Yeah, but
like a dog knows what
do
they're
they
looking at.
understand movies, though?
That's what I'm wondering. That might be the craziest part of all.
You could
is
take
that
a
they
dog
don't
to go see
understand.
Air Bud, and the dog would just be like eating popcorn the whole time and passing out. And
Right.
I think a chimp, but a smart chimp would know. Like a Coco.
Yeah,
the
you
gorilla.
took Coco.
Yeah, take Coco to the gorilla to Flicks.
Yeah.
Give him a steak and mushroom
Coco
pizza.
hate movie. Coco kill you.
Coco gets a little slip of paper, writes down raindrop drink.
Raindrop, drink. It hits the button. A little 16-year-old. Is that a fucking gorilla?
Amy, sorry, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy won raindrop drink.
I think I saw
Another
Amy.
Amy
There she is.
Raindrop drink.
What, you want another raindrop drink?
Keep them coming.
Make it a double.
Yeah, because we had also talked about if you show just a human from like 1960 this, they'd be like, holy fucking shit.
I'm saying earlier,
They
if you
taught
showed me this
chimpanzees how to talk.
30 years ago, I'm even like at the dawn of CGI, where they like after Casper had come out with the first fully CGI characters, and then you watch this next, you would go, oh, monkeys fucking talk now.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say these are CGI monkeys.
Right.
You would be like, what the fuck is going on?
Smart
Yeah.
ass chimpanzees.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Evolution is real.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see both reactions, honestly.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd like to see them both in the same theater watching it.
I would like to see a monkey from 50 years ago and a person from 50 years ago alone in a theater watching Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Both wearing boxing gloves.
Yes. Matt Lamb having sex in the background.
Just for posterity.
Yeah.
For the vibes. Yeah. I would like to see that, though, because I feel like a chimp, I mean, it's tricking me.
Yeah.
And not to brag, but I've graphic designed for a while, I've seen some Photoshop.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he said, there are parts, whether it be sets and especially the apes themselves, which I know they are using mocap to kind of like grab.
Yeah.
Still, the end product is
Yeah.
a fully fleshed out, realized like character that your brain is like,
Yeah.
yep, I buy this.
And the many points they're soaking wet also, which adds another
Now we're
They're not
talking.
the
adds
only
another
ones.
level. Especially the one I saw with Matt Lamb. All right.
What was that?
No, plug was pulled.
That was
See,
the NSA.
The NSA just hung up the phone.
I didn't touch it.
Oh, I think we're still good.
Yeah, we're still good. Any of those last Planet of the Apes thoughts, non-spoiler thoughts?
Yeah, I got to get to that soon.
It
You
was
definitely
really
should.
good.
It was a great
Yeah.
and good runtime.
And I didn't feel
How long was it?
It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but it felt good.
Did not feel like that.
I'll be totally happy with a 2 hour, 20 minutes Apes movie.
Yes,
for
and I will say I felt that I enjoyed The Fall Guy. I don't think you guys have seen it.
No.
But I felt like many parts of that were way too long. And now they're releasing an extended cut of it. And I was like, can you release the shorter cut of it?
Yeah.
I would like that better.
How about the uncut
Yeah.
cut?
Yeah.
Did you guys see Civil War?
Yep.
Yes.
I was going to watch it on streaming the other night, but I got too stoned and just couldn't handle it. So
I mean, it probably would be a tough one to be stoned at. I guess Toll kind of was.
No, I would never do that.
Yeah. Stoned like in a like loving hanging out with your friends kind of way.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That kind of way.
Love stoned.
Yes. Love drunk off my love.
Yep.
But I can see how, I mean, because some parts of it are so realistic in that at least in Iowa and stuff, you could see it, sort of like how it would play out.
Leaving
That'd
that
be intense
Yeah.
if you weren't in the right headspace.
Leaving that movie, I was like, that movie didn't affect me as much as I expected it to, because we had our issues with it. But then the next couple weeks, I was like, I kept thinking about it because they portrayed in such a realistic way that you're like, damn.
I love that film. Was it Alex Garland? I love. I really. All his movies aren't like the best, but they're always good and very. They merely make you
thought-provoking.
think.
Yeah,
he pushes different ideas, so I'll watch anything he sees.
and they're great looking.
Yeah, for cheap too.
He said he's going to probably stop directing and go back.
Perfect. Good.
Go back to just writing at least for a while. But you still got one you haven't seen, so you're in good shape.
Yeah, I guess so.
The end of Men? Oh, have you seen Men?
I haven't seen that.
Oh man, I won't tell you what happened.
When did that come out?
A couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Sounds like that movie you and Matt Lamb were seeing. Man.
Hit it.
There's one English dude that plays all of the male characters in this one town that all look slightly different, but it's all the same guy. And then at the end, you're like, what in the fuck is happening? I can't believe this is what's happening in this movie.
I love movies like
Yes. Yes.
I love movies like
this
that.
one is more like that than a lot of movies. I mean, it's
I love
bananas.
movies like what's an example? Like Dusk Till Dawn, where you think you're watching like a heist, some sort of thriller, and then then everything changes, and all of a sudden you're watching a vampire,
big titty vampire
horror
stripper
slasher, Selma Hayek movie.
I Chihuahuas.
But yeah, any movie where you're like,
stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit. I'm horny.
Oh, this is a recording of me watching Matt Lamb.
Godzilla 1 plus Matt Lamb.
Field audio from
Shout out Matt Lamb.
yeah.
Any movie that takes a hard right in the middle of it, you're like, whoa, that's my kind of movie.
Yeah.
My kind of movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more examples of that.
There's a bunch.
There's a
of
lot of them, and it's hard to think.
Bing bong, bing bong.
Yeah.
That one movie everyone was talking about where they're people eating at the restaurant, like it's a fancy dinner.
Oh yeah.
Is it called The Dinner or something?
I know what you're talking about.
Fines.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
The
one.
Chef.
Something like that. Where it's
The
like
Dinner?
very food porny, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, but it's
Yeah.
now it's Squid Games plus food.
Yeah. Also starring Anya Taylor-Joy.
There you go.
That one was fine.
Didn't bing your bong.
It didn't bing my bong too much. It was worth watching. But I'll watch anything once.
We all know that. And you'll watch
Maybe
a
a
lot of
couple
things 20 times.
Did we have any questions or anything like that? Any comments of note in the chat? Nope, we're losers. Great.
Pointed out that she made Toll's shirt.
Oh,
Who pointed-
Haley did.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
Haley
got.
did? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Oh,
yeah.
perfect.
Oh, pal Haley.
So it's that's a Donnie idea, but with a Haley execution. Of
course.
that makes
Yes.
sense. Beautiful.
yeah, just
I'm
like the
proud of
baby.
it. I really fucking love this shirt.
Don't smell comedy.
Yeah. That's what you get.
Yep. Don't smell.
Yeah. I failed at it many times.
That is true.
All right. Well, as we start to bring No Sleep Airlines to a landing, as always, feel free to, if you watch this live a different time, you can ask questions in the chat,
Yeah.
type stuff, tell us we're really cool.
Next
That's something you
time,
can do.
Please.
AJ's going to have all the videos.
I'm going to have the bing bongs already.
Yep.
Oh, AJ's going to be up all night. Don't worry about it.
Yep, I'm going to work on this and figure out what was wrong. Much like
we know it's true.
yeah, it's true. Well, because Shyla came in. I was working, very diligently on these other things because I was looking forward to adding a few bells and whistles
Yeah,
to this
I
live
understand.
experience.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the cable that would allow us to see a thing so we could bing our bongs was all wrong.
Back to analog.
That's right. But luckily, there's everything else.
Did you try turning the channel to VHS?
I didn't think about that. Try channel 3.
Channel 32.
As always, Black Cat ice cream for all your dairy and sometimes non-dairy needs. They got some good ass ice cream, baby. Teehee's Comedy Club. now is definitely the time to come check it out. 'Cause who knows what might change in the future.
Ooh.
Closing time.
Venmo at Tobocop.
That's a big one, folks. Because we got a goddamn baby on the way.
Yeah,
all right?
and he's an idiot.
Yeah.
We need to have a live telethon on here.
Yes, we do. That's a great idea.
With the big board.
These babies ain't going to pay for themselves. Right? You know? It's going to be at least a year or two before this baby is bringing in income.
At least.
Contributing to the
Well,
household.
we figure when she gets about 2.5, we'll send her to China and she can start making sneakers.
There we go. Making iPhones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we'll get her back with, she'll have some cash on her.
$4.50.
Yeah.
She'll be 17. But yeah. Let's get that cracking. It's time to put your money where your mouth is, folks. Venmo at Tolbocop, TOLLBOCOP. You know me. We're down with COP. We're down with Tolbocop. Yeah,
Yep.
you know me.
A lot of people call me Tolbo, especially at work. Because of that.
Well, those people should donate to Venmo at Tolbocop. Yeah. We got to rebuild Toll's entire house last time I checked. We got to knock down
that
one.
truck.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to turn it into a Dave and Buster's that Toll lives at.
I mean, yeah.
Dave is going to be part owner. That's the Dave part of the.
Yeah. That's the Dave part.
The shady half. Yeah.
Yep. Teehee's gone. We're going head first into Dave and Buster's franchises.
I love it.
Info at No Sleep DSM if you ever want to email us questions. If you can't make it to the
Email
live,
and ask when the open mic is.
that's right. Check that out. And patreon.com/No Sleep DSM. I'm slowly but surely updating things, rewards, all sorts of stuff. So never too late to hop on the train before,
It flies off the tracks.
That's right. And I think that's close to everything. I've been AJ Simmons, No Sleep the Podcast Incorporated.
I've been told, give me some goddamn money, McGrain. Don't really. I mean, you can if you want.
Yeah, you should.
You probably should. And I've been the ice cream king of Des Moines, Iowa, Alex Carter.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic. Ba-da-ba-ba.